Hello,
Cool.
friends.
What's up, guys? So, Chris and Sis.
Yeah.
We are currently shooting 2. We're also doing a live stream, so if you see us talking to people, interacting, and stuff like that, it's going to be a little unconventional. Because we're kind of testing the waters with more things that we can do. You know, there's a lot more to this technology stuff than I was aware of.
Yep.
So I've been digging this week, and we did a boosted post, and I'm starting to put a lot more on the Facebook page, because I really just want to be interacting with the public a lot more. Because that's like the entire point of this. I also reached out, or am soon to reach out. I got the number for somebody that is high up in the foster care system.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start doing a lot more, videos on, foster care experiences and how to cope with being in that situation, how to grow up and, manage as an adult. Because whoever's setting up the whole, this is how you live life as an adult, like, I want to talk to their manager. I'm like Karen, that stuff. It's not cool.
Absolutely.
So today, our actual topic was going to be about letting go, and I'm going to dive right into that because it's a huge topic that's never acknowledged.
Yeah.
Like I was having a conversation casually on the internet not long ago, and it seems like anytime you talk to anybody, they're just in instant defense mode. You know what I mean? Like you can't have a casual conversation because people are, it seems to just, like everybody's afraid to be wrong all the time.
It's a bit of an ego boost. It could also come from, stem from, I was going to say, I'm almost say it, childhood wounds. A lot of us, get defensive and we put our arms up right away because we're like, oh my gosh, there's danger coming.
Right.
When really, there's a way to self-soothe and take a step back and kind of, try to actually hear someone else's perspective before jumping in with, your perspective.
Word.
Because most people, I don't feel like a lot of people are out here actually trying to hurt other people.
Right, and they're really not, but everybody's in constant defense mode. Like, one of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite movies, Fight Club, is they're discussing how, they're going to these group meetings and stuff, and, these people really, really listen to them when they're talking, and that's not something that they're used to, because usually in the regular world, people are just waiting on their turn to speak. You're not actually taking in what people are saying. Living in the moment, we live in constant distraction.
Yep.
And it just makes a lot of sense. You're used to being in your own world, so when someone else enters it,
When you first brought the subject up to me, it was nice because I had a couple days to ponder it, but I was actually at a stop sign, and I realized that a lot of the time, I just stop because it tells me to stop. What if I actually just took that moment of respite to actually stop, and think, take a step back, and doing that within conversations as well. Whenever someone else is speaking, what if you can just take a stop, take that moment of respite and hear somebody else's story for a moment. We don't always have to keep putting our words out there. I think there's a deer back there. I keep hearing footsteps. And the other day I ran and I fell down the stairs anyways because it scared me.
But I see what you mean though, and I relate to it. Because it's this constant, mind always in overdrive. Go, go, go. We're just never in the moment, taking the moment.
We're not present.
Right.
And that was one of the things. I was watching this documentary the other day, and it's called Inner Worlds, Outer Worlds. It's on Amazon. And I liked this quote. The more we align ourselves with thought, the more we are removed from source or connectedness. So the more that we're in our head and the more that we are talking from our own place, the less that we are actually connecting with other people. We're not taking that moment and that stillness to just be.
Right.
Actually, have you sat there and actually just sat in someone else's presence and really listened and hear their life? It's cool. This person in front of you is alive, and how crazy is that? That's crazy. You're alive, man.
To just think about it, all these, everybody else in the world is having a similar experience to us, and the fact that they've had, all these things happen to them, they're living their daily life, and it's completely different and separate from ours, but we still interact, and that's deserving of respect. And I like something that Mike just brought up here. Look at other people's actions through what they are going through, and that's so important too. I think I've mentioned this a couple of times in the past. If somebody comes into my job and they're just in a, no swear words, not happy mood, I don't take that upon myself I did something wrong. I'm like, oh man, what's wrong with me? Why are they in a bad mood? Because it's not me. I'm just I let it go, and I'm whatever it is, I hope that you feel better. I hope it gets better for you. It's important to do things like that.
We talked about some of that in the last video too. It's not taking things so personal.
Right.
Right. That's such a big thing. Maybe it's not you. And one of my friends actually has this quote. What if their feet hurt? Like, if somebody, like, walks in front of you, or, like, somebody's in a bad mood, wherever you may be, what if their feet hurt? What if they're going through something? What if they're feeling something, like, emotionally? What if it's not you at all? But that's, like, earlier when I said childhood wounds, revert back to that. Think of how many people, like, came home from school, like, excited about their day to tell their parents about something, but instead gotten angry, had a bad day at work, why didn't you do this, why didn't you do this, and, like, just all that excitement is shut down, and then you're, you know, stuck in that attack mode. Like, I feel like a lot of people probably still to this day, like, act on that. And, like, I'm sorry, I bet that sucks. Like, that cannot feel good. I've been there. I was stuck in that mode for many years, and, like, I did not enjoy my life. But now, like, I can look at people, their feet might hurt, and it's not my fault. You
like
want to
it.
rub? Massage therapist, come on.
I dig it.
Okay.
But yeah, so everybody's going through something different, and like just the interaction, the acknowledgement is really important. What else did you have in your notes here? I had a couple of points that I wanted to hit on this.
Here's another thing I thought about too is I've had this happen a lot where I'll talk about somebody, conversation or whatever, and somebody may have had a negative experience with them, so immediately I get to hear their point of view on someone. And
Right.
like, I think sometimes it is helpful, especially if somebody has, like, hurt somebody badly in the past. Like, that is absolutely understandable, but I have a couple of side notes for that. One, people can change and grow.
Yes.
Like, old dogs can't learn new tricks. That's I can't say cuss words.
Yeah.
That is oh my god.
It's important to give people the same grace that you would need, you know,
Yeah.
because we all need grace. We've all done things that we're not proud of. We've all been in bad
Yeah.
situations. We've all harmed people without meaning to. So, like, just give them the leeway that you would need in that situation. I feel like there's not
Yeah.
enough of that. I have people myself that just shut me out because, like, we didn't agree on something, you know, and that's just not the adult way to handle things.
That's like one experience of one person out of the many moments that they live in their life.
Right, and we're so quick to throw people away just because of one moment. Well, you've built all these memories and all these things,
Yeah.
and there are some things that are absolutely unforgivable. I'm not saying that.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
when it comes to a disagreement or somebody hurts your feelings, you know, like, I think the most grown-up thing to do in that situation is to address it and talk about it and not just leave it behind you or ignore it and feel like it's not happening. And I understand that's been the way to deal with things of
But
generations
that just adds
behind
to your,
us.
That adds to your bag.
Yes, exactly.
That you're carrying on your back.
That's what we're doing away with, man. It's time to stop just locking your problems in a closet, pretending they're not there. Like, this is the age of growth and understanding and emotional prosperity, and I fully mean
Absolutely.
that. Like, it's time to stop just letting everything fall by the wayside. You know, have those difficult talks, have those difficult conversations, and if someone won't have them with you, that's on them, man. I'm here to grow and move forward, and I'm
Yeah.
not just gonna stand here and stare at the trash that I have on the ground anymore. If I can't pick it up, then
Gonna move
I'm gonna get
on.
it out of my space. Yeah.
But I'm also the kind of person where, like, if in the future that person wants to talk to me, like, I'm here. I'm here for it.
Bro, right? Maybe you're not ready right now. You know,
Yeah.
maybe we all have our own time frames for our growth. You know, you can't rush your healing.
Absolutely.
Trevor Hall. I didn't
Trevor
come
Hall.
up with that.
But with that too, even if that person, like, even if you're really trying to warn somebody about somebody, another good thought is people have to learn their own lessons.
Yeah.
And you cannot take lessons away from people.
It's difficult with that
It
sometimes.
is. It's hard because, like, I'm sure a lot of parents understand that. You have to let your kids learn their own way.
There's definitely some animals.
Ooh!
Oh, it's fine, man.
Ooh!
It's just a living creature of the green Mother Earth. We're fine.
Somebody tell me what that sounded like, a coyote?
Was that a coyote? Did y'all hear that? Oh no, that was cool though. It's good.
I think there's actually a beagle that lives back there. Does that sound like a beagle?
We're gonna get attacked by beagles. All right, where were you going?
You cannot take lessons away from people. My honey, I'm scared.
Can't take lessons away from people. Everybody's got to learn in their absolute. It was
No,
a
it's a
person.
person.
Mike,
I
get
don't
out of the
know about
backyard.
that.
Get out of the backyard. You gotta let we gotta keep on keeping on. It's fine. You're tripping. Chill. You gotta let people learn their own way for themselves too, and I really dig that point. And that's a good place to go, on the topic of letting things go, because like we have to let go of the way that we would do things, the way that we would handle things, because everybody, I snort when I laugh. Because everybody's different. Everybody's going to think a different way. Everybody's going to learn in a different way, and it's important to give people that have that understanding. This is what we're getting into. We're getting rid of the closed-mindedness that everybody fits in one box. We're the generation, this is the age that is going to change things for positivity in the future and give rebirth to all of this trash that we've locked down as the normalcy of society that's destroyed life as we know it. You did it.
Because I remembered, like, growing up, you and I were kind of the same minded, and, like, our brother John, he learned differently than we did.
Oh, for sure.
And for the longest time, I saw him kind of, like, shy away and kind of, like, come a bit reclusive into himself. But, like, looking at him in the individual way that he is, like, I like to study him. He's incredible. Oh, my God! What is that?
Brother John is a beautiful human being.
I'm not tripping, dude. I'm just really afraid we're gonna get eaten by a coyote, which I know they're more scared of us. But ooh,
we're still rolling. We're still rolling.
I know, but I can't help it.
Beretta said it's an owl.
Oh my God, we do
it
have
totally
it. We have two owls that live back
here. Trippy McTripperson over here tripping. Okay, you study people. John is a beautiful person.
Yeah.
Letting things go, or letting go of the fear that you're gonna get eaten by something. Let's look at the rationality.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Right.
All right. If this is my time.
And if we get eaten on camera, I am good with that.
That would be a cool death. I've always kind of I've gone in between wanting to die old and comfortable, or dying big wow.
All right. Let's see where this goes real quick. 5 hearts, and I'll try to call that animal over here. That was moderately a joke.
We didn't get any hearts, so we're not calling it.
Yeah, thanks for not wanting us to die, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right, what's next? Letting go of the fear of being eaten by animals.
I'm letting go. I took a deep breath. Okay, I'm letting it go.
Doing pretty good on time here.
That's pretty well it. It's just being able to step aside and put away judgment, ego.
Yeah. Judgment, big one. We can definitely talk on judgment a little bit more, because I think everything kind of ties into ego. Once you become more self-aware, there's one. Once you become more self-aware, the ego starts to fade. You start to accept that not only does it stunt you and your relationships when you're so this is how it has to be, you can learn from other people.
Yes.
Through conversing with them, through understanding their perspective. And when you begin to do that, that's when you really start to work better with others and have better understanding of other people. Perspective is absolutely everything. If you understand someone else's perspective, then you'll know there's 1,000 ways to do one simple task,
Every person on this planet has some form of ego. We're all going to feel it at some point. It is just a part of being human. But what if you accept the fact that we, you as an individual, are no better than anybody else? We are all, humans, living, learning our own experience, even if, you're somebody who has, a lot of money. And I'm sure that makes you feel powerful, and, ego is kind of built from that, because you can do so many things with all of that. But so can I.
Right.
Not having a lot of money. I have love, compassion, an incredible community around me, and those things are just as rich to me as any form of money.
Right. It's what it means to you. Money isn't everything. I've never wanted a lot of money, a lot of things, a lot of responsibility. I've just wanted my fair share and to be able to enjoy my life. That's all I've ever asked from the world, And you learn growing up sometimes that, there's give and take with that. There's realistic, you have to let go of plans and let go of certain things you might want to do, or put things on the back burner, but always hold on to the things that make you whole.
Definitely.
Things that make you who you are, And that's why we do this.
Yeah. I enjoy this quite a bit.
That's good. I think that's a good wrap up for that one. If we want to keep just kind of rambling, we can.
And that was that.
Thank you guys for joining us on our talk on letting go. Leave us comments, likes, that stuff all helps us out a lot, and we much appreciate it. And much love until next time.